Good evening, folks. Ron Howard, your host for an exciting look at I Saw Three Ships. Alrighty, that is 47 seconds. Can you believe it? Don't ask me how long it took to do that. Don't do it. Took a little while. And this all kicks off with the Christmas tree. And I was really looking for something that this music reminded me of kids in a field, and they were holding on to strings and going around this pole. The Swedish do this. I forget the name of the festival, but they all intertwine and go around, and that's something I'm trying to do here. I was looking for something that looked more like a four-leaf clover. I think it's close enough. It's two hearts. One is 180 degrees, or flip vertical, that is, and it's level shape. And this is level shape, and these are both filled hearts with the colors that I chose, which is the red and the green. And the lines you see back behind it would be from this guy right here. That would be our marquee tool that is creating that grid-like matrix look to it. All these little dots pixelated in there. Let's get on over here. So that pretty much, this remains through a lot of the first part of the sequence. If I pulled everything off the top, you would just see the green and red heart with the marquee lines giving it that shape. As we get going through the song, we hit a new section here, and I'll just bring this to this point. It's right here. And watch what happens with the two stars, and I'll let you listen to this little section right here. Just a little psst. And I have that effect on both, and really, it couldn't be easier. This is a galaxy with a white to blue, and this is a galaxy with a red to yellow. Now, they're not the same effect beyond that. In the first one, I am telling the radius to start at 34 and the width at 41, but I do the opposite with the red. And that position is a mirror image of the top one so that I get this push-pull. And that's why you see that effect. So I do that there, and I do it on the other star with the stacked vertical flakes going up to the star. Alright, we get to this next section. We look at the tree. And actually, well, yeah, we'll talk about the tree. I was looking for something kind of something that looked like it had patterns, kind of a throwback, and I found this, and I thought this looked cool on top of it because it's letting the colors from the two hearts bleed through it. And this is simply using a spiral and using another spiral, flipping it vertically. I'm using 3D and blend. And then on the second spiral, I'm telling it 1 is unmask, and that's what's allowing that color to come through. If I put it on 2 is unmask, ugh, no bueno. Put it on layered, no, too much stuff going on. The 1 is unmask, allows enough that color to come through, but keeps the shape of the spirals. And that's about it there. Now, in this section, we introduce the house. We let the party know that's watching, the people, the thousands of people viewing your show, that there's more than just drums and a tree. And in this section, it looks just like this. Right. So, to me, let me just do this one time here. I wanted the drums to keep going. I made these look more like bass drums with that rhythm, the low tones. And then I introduced some of the wispiness in here. And I was thinking something's dancing. Something is dancing through here. So I try to make it look like the 3-ring arches were dancing. Kind of cool. And then the rest was just keeping with the same color tones, and then introducing the spinners up here. And then this one here, this was kind of interesting. Let's go find the vertical snowflake, vertical wall, snowflake, snowflake, vertical, this guy right here. So this is the effect, and it's using just a spiral. And I love this because I'm telling it what's making it change size and get bigger and bigger. Watch it, goes here, sparse, dotty, dotty, sparse, sparse, and it comes up. It's because I'm telling it to grow. Here's a palette rep of 2, spirals 10. Don't worry about thickness. 1.1 for the movement. It's 3D, but it's growing, and it's kind of a cool effect. All right, moving on. We get into our first punch of the song, which is dun dun. And so I wanted to pay attention to these hits, and then what was in between. It's kind of like a call and answer. Dun 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 dun. All right, I never professed to be a singer. Okay, all right, watch this. And let's bring us back over here, and let's just go from here. A lot going on. A lot going on. We don't have time to talk about everything, but there's a lot going on. And these are just basic hits. This is the topper. And in between, I have the topper doing this. And this is a simple strand, telling it number chase is 5, chase size 1, cycle 1. But the difference is the layer star. If I change this to default, that doesn't look good. Watch what happens when I go to per preview. Still doesn't look good. Single line, it looks better, but I'm not digging it. As a pixel, just flashes. And layer star, this is where it gets unique. This is one of the times I'll also encourage you to use the star that you can make inside of xLights as opposed to the star that you might download from Boscoyo, unless it's a very specific star that's not a typical star that you can make yourself, because the Boscoyo star does not allow you to have a drop down that says layer star. So that's why I use the stars that are built in it, unless it's something custom, in which case you have to. All right, enough about that. What do I have for my roof lines? I've got some things going on, just really making it kind of jumping around a little bit, just making the whole thing lively. Still got my drums. Drums are hitting 2 on the dump dumps, and then stuff in between. I've got hollies rocking around. I've just got lines. I've got the vert flake assembly over here going, and then everything's got its voice right now. Okay, let's listen to it one more time through here. Okay, the mega tree. What did I do with the mega tree here? Oh, I did a few things with it. Nothing super exciting. I'm running a spirograph that's in the center. Kind of reminds me of an old button. Again, the song just makes me think way back. I don't know why. It just does. It has that feel. Just makes me think of something older. And I'm using this effect, which is the shape, and I'm using the pentagon, and it basically allows it to look like this, and it gave me a space in the center because I'm using effect 1, and then with the spirograph in the center it worked perfect, and then nothing in between except this guy up above. Okay, and that continues on and on through here, and then we get out of that section. I don't know if there's anything else in there. Let me just see. Not really. There's some cool stuff going on, but let's get to this next section. Yeah, so let me bring this over. This was all about pulse rhythm. Okay, so in that section, it was about keeping a pulse, and I was looking for different models that would do that. And I love using the VU meter for a lot of things. It's fun. This is a timing event spike. It's using beats, overlay center, and this gives the bouncing effect. Doom, 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 doom. And then I take it to the next level in the next section. I'm doing the same thing, but then I add in music. And I'm using a morph with the music. Everything's at default. I turn on scale bars. If you use the music effect and you don't see much happening, here's the secret button right here. Scale bars. Hit that, it'll all come to life, I promise. Okay. The rest of this, let's go over to the mega tree. The mega tree is doing its thing. This is like the mega tree is dueling with itself. So if I imagine this is a battle, there's the protagonist and antagonist, and I just went Alfred Hitchcock on you, didn't I? Didn't mean to. But it just seems like there's some tension in this part, and I wanted to bring that out. So I used the mega tree for that. Everything else is taking a back seat, really. We look at the bulbs, we look at the ridge line. I'll probably add in some icicle things here to make that more interesting. I enjoy what these little loops are doing, these posts, lantern posts as they're called. And the rest of this just, again, just like a locomotive, just something moving with the pulse. And then I decided, I had Rosa in here. I'm like, Rosa, what do you think about the candy canes? I'm not happy with these. What do you think? She goes, yeah, do something different. I said, okay, well, what about this? And she goes, well, can you change the color? I said, well, yeah, I can change the color. So every 16, after the first 16 bars, I changed it from red to blue. Then it went to yellow, red, purple out. And it was kind of a cool effect. It's not often that I don't use the gradient tool in a color curve. A lot of times that's kind of a go-to. I like the smooth, milky transition from one color to another. But in this one, it changes every... Well, let's just watch it, and you'll see. Change. Okay, and then by this point, we're pretty much almost out of this. I'm not finished. This is a lot of stuff I need to put back in here, but it was nice isolating this and just seeing what the tree's doing. Real simple effect on the tree. This is just using, let me get this out of the way here. This is just using timing event spike for the VU meter, along with spirals. And because I do a 2 is unmask on the spirals, and that 2 is unmasked. Watch what happens when I take this and tell this 1 is unmasked. Ooh. Oh, Ron, don't do that. That sucks. It doesn't suck. It's actually... I better make a preset effect out of that one now, huh? No, it doesn't look very good. So, the 2 is unmasked. How do I explain this? If I were to take this out completely, we have this. Okay? So... that's not happening. Let me take this one out. Let's isolate this thing. Okay. So, the timing event. Da 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 da. So this is going with the rhythm of the music. I bring this in. It's probably going to want me to render. And there's nothing to show because 2 is unmasked when I bring this in. There we go. Let's take this one out. This is what it looked like when I created it. Oh, and it showed you just a second, didn't it? Hold on. I really want to show you this. Let me get this out. Give it a second. Okay. That is what is going down like that. Put that back. This, don't you freeze up on me. Ah, there we go. So this is the effect I pulled off to the side. Before I put it in here, I wanted to find something that would give me the swirls, and I wanted this rotation to happen on this. So as this is coming down, and this is a cool effect, you've seen this before, except it was the reverse. I wanted just these sections to have that rotation. And by telling this 2 is unmasked, it gives that to me. And it's a really cool effect. Should this be a free preset now? Maybe? What do you think? Maybe. All right. This stuff is fun. Just fun. All right. That's all I've got for you. That's the end of this. I have a lot more of the song to finish. It goes to it goes to 2 minutes 35 seconds. I'm only at 47 seconds or so. So I've got a lot more to work on. I'll add more value curves as I go. We'll go over that next time. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Hope this was helpful. Keep learning.